Well, hello again. Today we're going to see if we can prove the Nismo Nissan GT-R's figure 8 lap time. Put the card in the data acquisition hardware. I've toggled all the switches and that always feels great. We're powered up and we're ready to go as soon as the V-Box powers up. Counting satellites. And we're talking to satellites in space that are recording where the car's at. So, diff and race, suspension and race, stability control off, 600 horsepower GT-R NISMO around the figure 8. This is already a very fast car, and we're just going to see if we can go faster, get lower into the 22-second range. God, the steering on this feels great. Warm up the tires a little bit. They still seem a little yeah, it's still a little cold. Too much steering in while braking. That's a no-no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, here we go. Let's do this. This car's strength is just getting out of corners so fast. Like that. It just drives out so well with that front axle hooks up. Most all-wheel drive cars don't do that. Most all-wheel drive cars are pretty terrible doing this kind of stuff. But the way this system's designed to get you out of the hole, to help you escape from the corner at such speed, is really what makes this car so fast. Even if you get that oversteer on throttle, you still get torque going to the front and that's pulling you out. So you just drive on out. And it doesn't hurt that we got 600 horsepower to do so with. I'm overshooting that braking zone a little bit. I think I'd be a little bit more aggressive on throttle too. That's overslowed, way overslowed for that corner. Let's get out quick. There we go. You can be really aggressive on exit once you get the car set up the way you want. Like that. Went over slow, go in, good. A little bit of push, a little bit of distance. And you fix that with the throttle. Working with some mass, you're working with some mass. Car does its job. Oh man, it's so satisfying the way this digs out of corners. I think it's going to be good for lapping. The way this car digs out of corners is just so satisfying. That's probably probably my favorite part about this Nismo. I like GTRs in the past quite a bit because they're so interesting, but this one is actually balanced really nicely for the size and weight that it is. I mean, it's, you know, it's a heavy car. It's a high riding car versus other super sports cars. You know, this car does a lot of things wrong in the engineering sense, you know, that having as much weight as it does, having as complex of a drivetrain as it does, but it works in spite of that. The way you can be so aggressive on throttle like you can't be in rear drive cars, most all-wheel drive cars, unless they have a drivetrain system similar to this. You can just power out of corners so nicely. And that really makes all the difference. And you know, this might be the best steering GTR I've driven. The Nismo edition, they tune quite a bit. They're kind of vague on the specifics, but they tune quite a bit, and the tuning that they did to the steering makes it wonderful. I love the steering feel in this car. It's a little heavy, but it's not just the weight, it's the feedback in the sense of you know, how you're controlling the car. Its steering feel is always a very tough thing to describe unless you're an engineer who engineers steering systems all day. But this car is very, very nice steering feel because it's precise, and like when you get into an oversteer, it's really easy to just dial in the appropriate amount of countersteer. Very nice car, very nice car. Well done, Nissan.